Billy tied me up and dragged me over to his truck. But actually, but you know what? That shot was a Texas switch. We did a Texas switch because if you see it, it's me, it's
Yeah.
me, it's me, it's me, and the camera moves up to Billy. And in that moment in time, I roll out of there, and they literally rolled in the dummy, and then
Nice.
that's being tied, and then he drives away.
This is fucking man.
Once again, I'm not Jair from the Culture Collective. James, 2 days, two times this time to talk about Violent Ends in theaters October 31st. How you doing today, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. Hey man, let me just keep it 100 with you, man. You have been booked and busy. You've been all over my screens, man. And then yeah, we got to talk about Devil in Disguise yesterday.
Mhm.
John Wayne Gacy, of course. We're here to talk about Violent Ends. You are also going to be having a project I'm super excited to check out, and you were one of my favorite directors in King Ivy. And
Yes.
then I also got a chance to check out The Savant, which is the Apple TV Plus show that's coming out in the future. So yeah, everywhere I looked,
Oh,
here you
cool.
are.
Oh, cool. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so blessings, man. It's good to see you out here working, man. You're a fantastic actor and a hell of a person, might I add.
Thank
Which is why I love this Sid character and your performance here. Because let me
you.
tell you, not that I got a lot of good things to say about the character, but god damn, did you make an entrance, man? That's one of you. Two of my favorite shots of this film absolutely has your presence on them. First of all, coming out of the jail, Sid making his way out, the all black, the cowboy boots, the strut. You can just tell the confidence, but like everything you felt immediately in the film, everything changes from this moment. Can you talk about filming that moment, sort of the input, the tone, the physicality, like really crafting that moment to really make that moment mean everything and set the tone of the film going forward?
Yeah. Hey, man. Thank you. That's a good question. We were shooting down in Arkansas, and that was a working jail, not a prison. That was a jail. And they had, they were kind enough to let us go in and shoot. But they're like, yeah, we can't really move all these inmates out of here. So there was, it's, for those who have been incarcerated, you got the cell block, you got the center, and then there's all these different blocks, and they're moving guys from one side to the other, but everyone could see me. And so the boys are hooting and hollering at me, man. They're like, who's this dude coming in here wearing cowboy boots and tight pants and the haircut? And so, what are you gonna do, man? I'm gonna going back at them. So I'm talking to them, and they're like, okay, you want to do it like that? And then so we're starting to have this thing, but it was positive. You know what I mean? Here's the
Yeah.
thing, man. You're making a genre movie. It's not a real story. It's not a true story. I'm coming in to have fun. I'm
Yeah.
trying to keep it light because you know what? The story's going to do the job for you. Those boots are going to do the job for you. That dude yelling at me off camera in the prison is doing the job for me. So I'm keeping it light. And so I had the best time with those guys. Those guys were laughing, smiling. We got them so worked up to the point they had to shut it down. They hit the alarms and they had to go into like quiet time. you know. Um, yeah, but it's I like playing bad guys sometimes, man. Like actually, I like them all the time because they're fun. You gotta
Yeah,
send
man.
send them up.
It's fun. It's interesting because I talked a little bit when I spoke to Billy. I talked a little bit about the guns training, but that wasn't really the biggest thing I wanted to talk about. I really wanted to talk about the weapons, specifically the knife training here.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, 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 boy! I got to tell you, I might be scared to see you with a knife in your hand in any capacity because the gutting game was so brutal, it was so convincing, and the way just kind of looking from the outside in. I mean, we see in the very beginning of this film that this Frost family, they run the land, and if Lucas can get out there and skin a deer in the way that he did, then everybody's got to be crafty in some capacity. So if you're gonna have badass Sid come out and you're gonna have Sid with a knife in his hand, he better convince me he is the baddest MF with a knife in the land. And trust me, he did so. Talk to me about having the training with the knife, being able to go in there and not just stab somebody up, but I mean gutted them, two people at that. Talk about filming those scenes.
Um, yeah, man, the knife work. Listen, man, in an independent film, a lot of that training you do yourself and you bring to it. You got to show up and figure it out. We had a great stunt team. We rehearse this stuff. We talk about this stuff. We have the right equipment. And a knife like that. And this is what I talked about with John Michael. I was like, hey man, I want to keep that prison thing alive with Sid. He's not going to carve you up in this kind of filmatic way. I don't know if you ever saw the Edward James Olmos movie American Me.
Yeah.
It's I'm going to shank you, and I'm gonna do maximum damage in the shortest amount of time. And so we have it's basically a retractable
Hmm.
blade. It's safe. It's rubber. But here's the thing: you do work like that, you have to trust each other. You know what I mean? You trust each other because you're going to go to this dark place. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
going to happen. The
Yeah.
script says it's going to happen. It's going to happen. We're going to film it. So it really is a choreographed dance at the end
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's fantastic, man. I was like, oh yeah. I mean,
My
the
wife
title
saw the movie.
itself, I
I was
know.
sitting next to my wife at the LA premiere, and she just turned to me and was like, Badge, what are you doing? Like she was like, she's like, I can't. Like you and the haircut, and she's like, I can't do this.
Oh man, there's so many other sadistic moments, and then there's another one. Well, before I talk about the other moment, I definitely also want to know a little bit more about the physicality of it, because like yeah, there's a scene we got you running full sprint in cowboy boots, which
Yes, sir.
also looked very convincing there.
Recognizing that the
Yes,
cowboy.
yes, absolutely. Yep, yep. He was out there doing it. I question if you can tell, share a little bit maybe behind the curtains. There's a particular scene where you're getting dragged. If you are getting dragged here, but nonetheless, I mean, it's crazy, especially when you think about like even going back into like Greek mythology and in the Roman Empire times. I mean, it's kind of fitting that Sid has a moment like that because it just lets you know typically when somebody comes off their throne and even to whatever degree, that's sort of how they're treated. I mean, you look at
Yep.
I can't even think of the name of it, but if the movie Troy and the Battle of Achilles and the Kings, whatever
Yeah.
their names were, but like again, like you see like even royalty was treated to that capacity, which I thought was
Yep.
very sort of cathartic for Sid here. But yeah, talk to me a little
Well,
bit about the filming of that moment and any of this physicality work.
yeah. I'll just say you were talking about catharsis. I saw the movie. It was a packed theater, and people were cheering it. People were cheering the body being dragged, and I was like, oh man, that it had more of an effect than I thought.
Yeah.
Listen, like we do everything safely. I hopped in there for one shot, and I had this conversation with John Michael. I was like, "Hey, man, how are we gonna do this?" And like, we got to talk about this, man. And he wanted to go. 90% of the time, it was a dummy. There's one shot where it is me, where we were running
Mm.
out of time in daylight, and we were trying to make a rig to make it safe. And I was like, "Hey, man, like let's just do this. Let's just do it once because if you get a shot of me, the rest of it you can pull away and have the dummy. You have the establishing. You have it. Like let's get it." And Billy tied me up and dragged me over to his truck. But you know what? That shot was a Texas switch. We did a Texas switch because if you see it, it's me, it's
Yeah.
me, it's me, it's me, and the camera moves up to Billy. And in that moment in time, I roll out of there, and they literally rolled in the dummy, and then
Nice.
that's being tied, and then he drives away.
Nice.
Um, yeah, 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 man.
Yeah, it's badass, dude.
Oh man, you know what? If you gotta go, you gotta go.
You gotta go. Yeah, like I said, I look over quick. The Trojan War. Yeah, and this again, how Prince Paris and every day stuff like royalty got handed out the same result. So it's interesting in terms of the Frost family that even the most formidable one of them gets the same treatment. But I
Yeah,
did
and then
want to.
Billy in that moment, like, loses the war against his humanity. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? It was it when his mom is saying no, and he looks at her and he goes, "I'm doing it. It's
yeah,
over. I've crossed over. I am no longer righteous. I
yeah,
am no longer right. This isn't revenge anymore.
yeah.
I'm a full rattlesnake." You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what I was gonna bring up because I asked Billy and Nick, who respectfully Lucas and Tuck about again my second favorite or two of my favorite scenes as I mentioned in this film is sort of that wide lens shot of the domino effects of bullets being wrung out
Yeah.
on the pier.
Yeah.
So fun. It's
Yeah.
so badass, dude. And
Yeah.
he said, y'all nailed it in one shot. And I just love just the storytelling. I love the commentary you add, which is exactly what I got away from it. That was the moment that, Lucas come to term that of who he is. But I mean, obviously, you take a look at Sid. He's toting two guns. And again, we have to be convinced that this is going to happen the way it's going to happen. And once it rings, bodies have to drop in a way in the domino effect. And y'all execute it. I would love to kind of hear your perspective about shooting that scene and your thoughts about it.
The that final scene, yeah, that one's tough because, like you said, there's a timing element, angles, and it's all got to somehow be believable that it comes to this moment and where everyone falls in this domino like fashion. You know, we you talk about placements. Uh, we know where we have to be. The camera's going to go super wide for this, but like, here's also the thing. It's like, you're independent filmmaker. And I like this, man. I like it when everyone shows up prepared and we don't have to talk about it much. We don't have to rehearse it much. You know your bit. I know my bit. I know bit. Okay, where are we at? We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. Set up the cameras. Let's go. Because
Yeah,
something exciting can happen. When Billy's hearing me say these words for the first time and the camera's rolling and
yeah,
his eyes are getting bigger, like, what is happening? And then he's realizing Nick Stahl's role in this entire thing in real time, and the camera's rolling and it's getting it. So we had that day was a good day of filming. All the days were a good day of filming, but like it got that momentum and that kind of energy. And then John Michael just pulled the camera way back there, and he was like, "All right, shoot each other." It's got to go down, man. You know?
Listen, they're giving me time, but I really quickly got to ask. So Alexander Ship, I talked to her about the
Yeah.
moment with Emma and essentially how we took a song Amazing Grace that provides hope and made it a way that provided fear. On the
Yeah.
contrary to that, there's a moment in the third act where it appears that Sid is whistling
Mm-hmm.
Amazing Grace, which is the most sadistic thing and
Yep.
definitely going to strike a nerve with Lucas. Was that you actually whistling it? And I would just love to quickly hear just what was the thought about inserting that moment to really give Sid sort of that cherry on top moment as he has his interaction with Lucas, and then we'll wrap there.
Oh, that was. Look, man, that's John Michael Power gets full credit for that. Yes, that was me whistling that, and we knew what we were doing, and we planted it, and it was. I'm trying to remember if he actually wrote that in the script or he talked to me about it, but it was full credit where credit's due. That was our filmmaker. This movie is his movie from
Yeah.
beginning, middle to end. It is beautiful, and he pulled it off, man. So I'm really, hey, man, that's good, man. It's amazing. Sorry.
Amazing.
Sorry. And how good is Alexander in that scene? How good is
Really, really good.
yeah,
Really
yeah,
good.
yeah.
All right,
Heartbreak.
Jays. We're gonna wrap here, but I'd be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to director writer John Michael Powell. Thank you so much for sharing this project, putting this project out in the world, and having a chance to talk to your cast members and everybody about it. Just wanted to make sure I gave him his flowers for a fantastic one. I cannot wait to see him get back in the director and writer
Yep.
chair again, man. He
Yep.
cooked with this one.
Yes,
And
sir.
James, man, flowers to you, and I know we'll be talking again very soon. But in the meantime, I got to get folks to the theaters because Violent Is becomes available in theaters October 31st. Check it out. Come through. Let us know your thoughts about it as always. James, thank you so much for your time and congratulations, brother.
Thank you, Najir, man. Good to see you, man. Next
Absolutely,
time.
brother.
All
Next
right.
time.
Later.